What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake. We are out here in the Woodyard. That is Chris in my new Kubota U35 mini excavator. And as you can see, we are cutting wood here in the Woodyard. No hands.
No kicks.
No hands.
Chris went to start using his hands on the controls there to track. I was told no. Feet only. We have no bad habits.
No.
We're not going to start forming them now.
No.
Good man.
You have the radio on and your headphones on?
No, these aren't.
Oh. I was like, where is that talking coming from?
That would be a bit much.
You done being scared of the rain? Want to get out? Or you want to stay in there? Princess Sammy. Just hanging. Got the EBL powering up the wireless fence. But they clearly don't want to be outside. How's my glow up from the golden hour?
Oh, it's good. This sun is prime lighting right now.
It really is.
We are, I hope you guys appreciate this. We're not able to do this all year, but now that we're getting into the summer, we're getting that golden hour right on the Woodyard.
Yep. Just before the leaves are on the trees too.
To block it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a very short window. So soak it in while you can. That was pretty awesome.
It was.
That-
I was not expecting that to go as smoothly as it went for two very novice people.
Right, two very green excavator operators. If you guys saw the video that Adam over at Hometown Acres posted, he was here and he was kind of showing us the ropes of how to do this or how he does this. But he was operating the excavator and like I was cutting and Chris was splitting. So this was the first time that we tried doing it. I did it once off camera just by myself, a couple logs. But this is the first time the two of us tried it out and that worked really well. I mean, we have a pile of rounds here behind us. I'll show you guys. And we did that.
Almost a mountain instead of a pile. I feel like this is a lot.
Oh yeah, this is a lot of rounds. I feel like this might fill up, you know, maybe like 6 totes, maybe even more. So we did that relatively quickly and it was super easy.
Really easy, really ergonomically friendly. I wasn't bending over the whole time. Even with those 2 cutting logs that we usually use, I still find myself bending over a lot. And with this, Jake was able to just adjust the height for me and it was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to make it as ergonomic as we could in the past by obviously utilizing the tractor with the grapple. And by no means am I complaining or we're complaining about like how we used to do it. I know we were blessed to have done it, you know, a lot easier than a lot of people. But now that we have this excavator, it just really changes the game because like Chris said, you're not bending over for the little rounds. You're not having to pull all the rounds to clear them off of the cutting logs and move them closer to the splitter by hand because you can't get a machine in there because of the cutting logs. You're using one machine to pick up the logs, bring them over here, hold them suspended in the air, cut them, and then push them out of the way, all with one thing. And one person can be sitting in the cab and the other person just simply has to cut. And they're not having to, you know, push them out of the way, which I think is just like...
That's the biggest part.
It's such an energy saver and it's a time saver too, because what this blade, this dozer blade, can push out of the way in 5 seconds is what would take us maybe, you know, a minute or two to move with the hookaroon, especially all this distance. So this thing is pretty cool.
Yeah. Even with this big pile here, once we had the rounds cut and you pushed it with the blade, you saw the whole pile kind of shift forward. So in the future, when we're cutting and splitting at the same time, this machine is also capable of just pushing the entire pile to the splitter. So whoever's splitting isn't walking so far and carrying these big heavy logs or having to like roll them over there.
Yeah, roll them or drag them with the picaroon. So I think, you know, a lot of people in that first video that I posted, you know, kind of unveiling this thing, said that I was gonna love it, and I already do love it. I'm starting to get a little bit more familiar with the controls. Still a little jerky, and like I'm thinking about what, you know, function does what on the machine, but I think in time, you know, that will pass. For me, the hardest thing about the controls is remembering that I'm not in a skid steer with pilot controls where one of the joysticks controls like your movement and that your feet are instead doing that. Because I find myself while I'm tracking, I will, you know, be moving my left hand to the right or left, subconsciously thinking that it's going to make the machine move to the right or left, but it's really my feet. And, you know, as I pointed out before, some people said to us that we should, you know, not form any bad habits and just learn how to operate it, you know, tracking around with our feet. That way you can multifunction. And I already see the benefit in that. Do you?
I do. Yeah. It's pretty nice to be able to start it in this very simple setting. Start tracking backwards as you're turning around to go to the pile, you know, vice versa. It saves you that little bit of time and those little bit of steps.
Right. And then the other big thing for me that I've been having trouble with is remembering that everything's opposite when you're going backwards, and that when you're going backwards, to go backwards, you have to go forwards.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. Because backwards is still backwards no matter which way the house is facing. The tracks have, you know, a front and a back. The front being with the dozer blade and the back being the side without. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I found myself, you know, picking up a log near the pile and then thinking I was going to back up, but I really jolted towards the pile.
That happened to me a couple times. And
yeah, I think I got you on camera at one point.
I overcorrected and it felt like I was riding a bull in there.
Right. So, you know, all in good time. We'll get more familiar with this. We just wanted to make a little video and show you, you know, that we're out here practicing. I think this is a really good thing to practice with because you can't really mess anything up too bad. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, guys, if you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. Questions, comments, or feedback on the excavator, or if you have any tips or tricks for us, because you may have a mini excavator, please put it down there, because like we said, we're new to this and we're just trying to learn and soak in all the knowledge that we possibly can. So for now, I'm Jake.
And I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.